Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing an unboxing on my Glock, how do I say this? It's a Glock Reproduction, but it's made by Glock and it is a Glock 17 Gen 1. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and take out this cover. You can see the Glock 17 Classic. Here's my receipt. Real pretty box that they have these coming in. All of these gun locks that all handguns nowadays come with. My certificate of authenticity. Important safeguards that I haven't opened yet. More receipts from the layaway. This sticker back in the 80s and early 90s would come on the actual box like this, and they wouldn't have this sticker with warnings and advertisements and stuff on it. But I haven't put that sticker on it. I might one day. And then here it is. So it's a Glock 17 Gen 1. The mags that come with this thing are Gen 5. So the way that it is explained to me is the Gen 1 original and even some of the early Gen 2 magazines, they would stick and they would not come out of the gun all the way, even after pressing that button, that magazine release button. So they give us Gen 5s. As far as the handgun itself, it's really accurate to the original. Obviously the serial number and the made in Austria on stamping on the frame are going to be unauthentic, but other than that it's pretty good to go. Even the finish is different than modern Glocks. So if we take it apart, the biggest thing that bothers me, and I understand why they did it, but this silent capture spring here that is in the slide assembly, back in the 80s and 90s, the Gen 1s did not have captured spring assemblies. They were uncaptured. So the end of this little plastic rod, or the back of it, whichever one, I'm not quite sure, I haven't researched it that much, but it was uncaptured. So you would have the rod and then you'd have the spring, and you put them together, and then you would lock it into place just like so, and then like a normal Glock it would go back together. And one last little thing on this unboxing is, yeah, it did come with the brush and the rod, but the box, the Tupperware box that we call it, it is the early version of the Tupperware box that you see with Gen 1 and Gen 2s. And you can tell because it doesn't have fins on this little post here. So the problem that these early Tupperware cases had, and the reason that they added the fins to the sides of that post later on, is because some guys back then would leave a chamber in the around in the chamber, and then the trigger would be set to the forward position, and they would go and insert the firearm into the case. And if they're driving or carrying it and that gun is wobbling around, there's a chance that it could have decompressed the trigger and fired while inside of the case. So they added those fins to the post here, so whenever you were inserting the gun into the case, the trigger had to be empty chambered, trigger set to the rear, so that those fins would take up that extra slack, so there would be no chance of having a loaded gun fire while stored in the case. So I just thought that was a pretty cool unboxing and little fun fact there on the case, and I hope you'll come back for more videos.
Concealed Carry and Home Defense Fundamentals. Take a class where you will get the foundation needed to obtain your CCW permit. Get the confidence you need to act as your family's first line of defense. Learn about home security, marksmanship fundamentals, firearms basics, conflict avoidance, situational awareness, physiology of violent encounters, the legal aspect of using deadly force, and the aftermath of a home defense incident. Register for your Concealed Carry and Home Defense Fundamentals class today.